Bhavana, you started acting at a very young age. What kind of actor were you then? Because I think most younger actors are basically, from what I've read, and also I've spoken to a couple, they've said that you just listen to whatever the director says and do that kind of a thing. But as they grow and get used to it and start thinking and, grow up as an adult or whatever, then they start realizing that there's a lot they can do with acting. How have you transformed as an actor?
See, like I said, when you are 15, 16 and all, you really don't have the idea of what really this industry is, like how big this industry is, how this is going to be recorded forever. We'll not think like that. I got into films and my happiness was, hi, I don't have to go to school anymore. That was my first thought. It was never like, oh my God, this is cinema, this is big.
This is an art.
Focus. Yeah, that is going to be whatever you do on screen, it's going to be recorded forever. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, as in like, we'll not think like that. We'll not think that deep. So, it was like that. The first movies and all, whatever they explained it to me, I'll just do it. And I didn't even know what prompting was. They asked me, you want prompting the first day, and I was like, what is that? I didn't know that. But then, being a convent product, I was all happy to mug up all my lines. That's actually what making all my, making easy to do Kannada films and all for me. So, I just mug up all the lines and I'll do whatever they want and they'll be happy with it. And I was also like, yeah, okay. So all the teenage and then 20s happened. For me, like, yeah, I'm an actress, I'm doing films, that's all. Then eventually you will get that. You are in a very serious profession. You have to think about your character. You have to put in effort. It was like all comes naturally. Yeah, you come just say, giggle this and say, yeah, okay, I'll do that. But then I started thinking, like, why this character is behaving like that. I think it comes naturally for every actors maybe. So that's when I started taking things very, very seriously. It's not that I have given some Meryl Streep performance so far, but still, I'll try to give my best. Every time I get a character, I'll think about like what should I do and what should not I do. And I don't want to look so mechanical in front of camera. I don't want to people say that. So I mean, as an actor, I don't want to be predictable. I don't want people to say that this is what she's going to do next. So I try to challenge myself every day. I'm learning and unlearning every day. Yeah, that's what I do now.
Do you remember, like you just mentioned, do you remember roughly the time or the movie during which this transition happened that you started thinking, what I've been doing so far, I should try and change that? Do you remember the time, like roughly?
Not exactly, but I started watching a lot of films. See, if you ask me as a teenager, I was just sticking on to all these rom-coms and feel-good films. Like even in Tamil or Malayalam or, Hindi, I was that girly girl. Like I'll just sit and watch. If my brother watched a lot of films, like a lot of English movies, Korean films, and I was like, I don't want that. Because I was not interested watching drama or action. I was more into like movies like, That You Have Got Mail, Jerry Maguire and all that feel-good rom-com films I was sticking on.
Jerry Maguire is one of my all-time favorite
I love that film. But when you watch it only after maybe, when you are like really like an adult, you will feel, oh my God. So I was always that girly girl that who immediately, start watching Bride's War, Bridesmaid, Devil Wears Prada kind of things. Then, I don't know when exactly, my whole world changed when I watched the movie 7.
Oh!
Yeah. I was like, until then, I was sticking on to like the movies I mentioned and then maybe say The Mummy, Titanic and all that famous popular English movies, that's it. I watched 7, I don't remember when and how. I'm pretty sure that my brother recommended it. I was like mind blown. I was like, what? That was another door. It was like another door opening in my brain, and then I wanted to watch movies like Seven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started hunting for movies like Seven, and I became a hardcore David Fincher fan. Then I'll make sure that I'll watch from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, with a Gone Girl, to everything. Like all these kinds of movies, I was like,